Stagnation, Crypto Warriors, Champions. 007 in the house. Can you guys hear me? Let's see who's in the room. Alright, let's go. We're getting started as soon as I have one or two people in the room here. We'll get going today. Happy Monday morning to y'all. Let me know if you can hear me. Alright, hit it again.
On the beat.
Let's go. Okay. Alright, we got people in the house. Crypto Warriors, how you doing this morning? Stack Nation. Those of you guys on Twitter, those of you on YouTube, thanks for joining us this morning. It's 007 by himself this morning. Brazen is out, is on his way into the office, but we have to get started. The show goes on. Today, we're going to be talking about the importance of being an intelligent man in this crazy economy. There's nothing more important than that. And you know, at the end of the show, you probably learn or figure out how to connect that to Bitcoin if it makes sense to you. Otherwise, let's get the show started. You know, in this current economy, every day you wake up, right?
Nice cheese.
Every day you wake up, it's always one thing or the other. It's either what's going on in Russia, it's either something going on in Germany with the economy over there, or something going on in Europe. It's either China in your face, or maybe the American economy. You know, inflation is still skyrocketing. Jerome Powell is waking up saying it's going to increase the interest rate. The stock market is crashing on you. How do you overcome all of that, right? Today, we're going to be talking about that because at the end of the day, it's you and I only. The rest of that stuff is all external factors, and we must learn how to take advantage of that or get ahead of it. Big Gay Crypto, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Boom. Let's go. So today, I'll be covering some of those critical things that we need to start doing to get ahead in this crazy economy. As a matter of fact, we all know it's crazy, but some of us are dealing with it with either, turning on the TV and just consuming all of that noise. Some of us are out here trying to get the knowledge to get ahead. So today we're going to be talking about some of those skills or some of those items that we all need to get ahead to become an intelligent person in this crazy economy. Number one on the list is that we got to be curious and ask questions. Curiosity could be what kills the cat, but curiosity could also be what keeps you ahead. If not for curiosity, we will not have Twitter, we will not have Tesla, we will not have SpaceX, we will not have Apple. So curiosity is one of the number one things that we all need to get ahead in this current economy. And when I say curiosity, some of us found Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, as some of people will say, through being curious. Some people are just tired of inflation because they understand inflation. Some people just trying to find a way to get their money to make them more money because they understand money, or hey, that's what everybody else is doing. So you have to be curious. You got to understand what the hell is going on around me. You know something is going on, but you have to be curious to figure out what is the exact cause. Forget the noise. The noise is always going to be there. Those before us have dealt with the same noise. We're just dealing with a different type of noise. So in this current noisy environment, we must be curious to figure out what the real cause of that noise is and get ahead of it. So let's talk about one of them. That's money, right? You make money, but you keep finding out that the money that you're making is becoming less valuable over time. What's causing that? That is why you gotta get curious. Don't just sit around and take the bidding. You know, when we try to orange pill people sometimes, we find that a lot of people have given up. We're like, what can you do about it? Just sit down and wait for government benefits. You know, maybe wait for CBDC so that the government can just put some money in your pocket. That doesn't fix the problem. The problem gets worse because the people creating the problem are the one introducing what they supposedly call the problem. So you gotta be more curious and you gotta ask more questions. The next topic is read. Read widely. Yes, we're all busy. Some people have two jobs. Some people have a job and a business. And a lot have given up on the reality of life. But you gotta read. Also, you gotta be careful what you read. But reading is what gets you to becoming a more intelligent man. One of the biggest book that you gotta read is the Bitcoin Standard. It will help you understand why we are in the current situation that we're in right now and the possible solution. We on the show believe that Bitcoin is a possible solution to the current economic situation and to current money issues. So yes, you gotta read. I personally try to read on weekends or in the morning when I wake up, because that's the only way you can get ahead, folks. Two jobs, three jobs are not gonna fix the problem. AI is here. There are machines that can do our job much faster. So you cannot outpace the current technological environment without becoming more knowledgeable. Becoming more knowledgeable through reading is one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself out there, guys. By reading, like I said again, a great book is the Bitcoin Standard. One of the books that actually got me started was Rich Dad Poor Dad on my journey of understanding money. The Richest Man in Babylon is another good book. You have to be really good with your finances to get ahead in this current economy. So yes, please, number two, read widely. And some people want to read novels. I have met people like that. Novels don't do nothing for me, man. That's just gibberish talk. I want to know what's going on in the current economy so that I can get ahead. Number three is similar to number one. Think critically. Every time you turn on the news, which I've stopped watching the news, I would advise you to do the same as well, is do not turn on the news first thing in the morning. It will kill your personal energy. Um, Pick a book, listen to some music, go to the gym, exercise, take good care of your body. But everything hitting you right now on a daily basis, majority of it is meant to manipulate or control your mind. So you have to start thinking critically. And being in the Bitcoin environment, I think allows a lot of people in the space actually, especially, the crypto nation, they understand that thinking critically is very important. You don't just take everything as you receive it. I personally would tell you, I started my journey with Cardano. I threw a lot of money into Cardano. But $7,000 plus is now worth less than $1,000 back in the day. So hey, I learned my lesson. But it wasn't until when I started thinking critically and started asking questions that I realized that I needed to know more about that space. And those of you guys that are new to Bitcoin, yes, think critically. It actually enables you to think critically and know more of what's going on around you. Before I go on to the next topics, let me see what else people are saying out there. We got reverse 333. Man, that's an interesting name. Wise advice, sir. Yes, it's really wise advice. Thank you for acknowledging that. We got Rikyu Ninji, 100%. Thank you. Good morning, Stacks. Yes, man. Hope you're stacking your Bitcoin out there, because that's how we do every day over here. I gotta do some stacking this morning once I get off the show. And of course, we have El Demno. Good morning, champion. Stack family, Crypto Nation, we are here. So, yes, let's continue to the main topic here. You know, intelligence, it's not easy, it takes time. It's not going to happen in one day. A lot of people get into this crypto space or the Bitcoin space because they want to make money fast. That is not how you make money, folks. Making money requires knowledge, requires time, requires taking the time to understand what's going on around you so that you can now place yourself in the place in a situation where you can take advantage of the current situation. And number four on the list is not being one minded. If you're here and just think, oh, just being one minded is the way to do things, I'm sorry, that is not the way to be an intelligent man. You gotta be open minded. When I say open minded, you gotta understand, okay, why is the situation what it is today? It kind of sounds like I'm repeating myself. But being open minded allows you to understand, okay, why is the SEC the way that they are? Why is the Federal Reserve the way that they are? What's the history behind the Federal Reserve? What's the history behind the IRS? Why do they want to tax you? Why do they want to increase interest rates? Being open minded allows you to see their point of view and why they are the way they are. So instead of you just thinking you can fight the battle up the mountain all by yourself, just being one minded, you probably won't win that fight because it's a bigger fight to win. A good example is the most recent history with BlackRock and all these big whales, as we call them, entering into the space. What's the history behind ETFs, especially Bitcoin ETFs, futures ETFs? On Friday, we just heard that they just approved what you call it, a speculative ETF that allows you to trade futures on ETF. What happens to Bitcoin when that happens? You have to be open minded. You can't just say, "Oh, this is bullish for Bitcoin." A futures ETF allows the implicator or the person that has been approved or the institution that have been approved to do that to throw Bitcoin numbers or to trade paper Bitcoin in any direction as they want. They can be bullish and they can be bearish. And even though the numbers show that historically, maybe when gold has its first ETF, gold pumped. But what has happened to gold since then? Gold has been parallel since then. Just been going sideways. Could the same thing happen to Bitcoin? Those are the questions that you gotta ask yourself. So you have to be open minded. You cannot be bullish all the time. You have to read, understand the history, understand the environment. So, yes, being open minded is good. Do not fall for all the bullish comments that you see. The technology is there. We know that. But the price action is one of the reasons why a lot of people have gotten into this space. And of course, they want the price to go up. But what do you lose when the big whales come in and they start trading paper Bitcoin on the exchange instead of the actual purpose of Bitcoin, which is to fix the money? So those are some of the questions that you guys gotta ask yourself. Dig into it, read about it, follow people that are well informed about that space. Those are the things I just want to tell people out there. Another topic is be willing to learn from your mistake. A lot of intelligent people see mistakes or errors as a learning event. It's not a time for you to give up. I will tell you that I recently lost $3,000 trading Dogecoin. Hey, I learned from that mistake. I was trying to go big, you know, but that is life. You don't give up because I trade to create funds for me to accumulate more Bitcoin, and I've chosen Doge as my tool for doing that. Then I use that money to accumulate, or I then use the money from my fiat job to buy more Bitcoin. You have to figure out what your way or your resources are for accumulating Bitcoin, right? So that's my way. You lose money, you wake up the next day, you go at it, make $400 the next day. Even though I lost $3,000 the previous day, you learn from your mistake. You don't give up or say, "Oh, I'm done." That is just the life in the space. You're not gonna make that money in one day. It's gonna be mistakes, it's gonna be lessons learned, and you keep going. So yes, mistakes are gonna happen. You're gonna buy the wrong coin. For some reason, Bitcoin USD, Bitcoin Cash was pumping on Friday for some odd reason. Could be people making mistakes buying the wrong Bitcoin because they thought it was cheap. But no, that's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Silver, not Bitcoin Cash, not Bitcoin Gold, just Bitcoin. The other thing is you got to be persistent. And I think that kind of went to the previous comment that I made earlier about learning from your mistake. It's not going to happen in one day. Those that have been successful in this space have been persistent. Doing your own show, your own crypto show, you have to be persistent. You're not going to make it in one day, in 1 month or 6 months. You have to keep doing it every morning. If you have to record, you go out there and do it. You have to be persistent about learning about the space. You don't jump in and you jump out. That is how success is created. Those that are millionaire Bitcoiners now were persistent through all the ups and downs. The current ups, it's good and encouraging for a lot of people, but I'm sure there's gonna be more downs coming up in the near future because when whales enter the space, you're not really sure what their objective is. So persistence is one of the keys to success. As you acquire knowledge, you have to keep acquiring knowledge because there's no end to it. But as you also make mistakes, you want to learn from those mistakes and continue to move forward. That is how you get ahead in this space. It does not happen. You just don't put money somewhere and expect the money to just all of a sudden grow. Think about it. When you plant a seed in the soil, the seed has to persistently try to grow. And that's the same thing here with the Bitcoin space, right? You have to be persistent with whatever you do in the space. If it's dollar cost averaging, which is another tool that you use to grow your wealth, you need to continue to do that. You just don't go in and buy in bulk. You say, okay, maybe you have $10,000, maybe you have $5,000 to put into Bitcoin or to put into the space. You do it gradually. The price might be going up, the price might be going down, but you do it gradually. That is how you become an intelligent man in this economic space. And if Bitcoin is not your thing, maybe it's the stock market. Take your time, read about the company. You don't need 20, 30 different stocks. 10 is fine. And just slowly accumulate into that space, learn more about that space, and that's how you grow. The biggest part of all of this is being humble. Humility is the key to success. Um, yeah. I have been smacked in the face when I've tried to go big because I thought I knew everything. Good example is the recent $3,000 I lost trading Doge. That's number. So it teaches you to go back quickly to become humble and say, okay, you know what? Don't throw the big money at it. Stay humble, accumulate slowly, and you will grow eventually. You know, so a $300 trade is not as bad as trying to make a $10,000 trade. Fine, grow slowly, take your time. So yeah, today's topic is very focused on being an intelligent man in this economic space. You cannot make your money in the fiat space and put it in the bank. That's not gonna work because inflation, if you don't know what that is, that's one of the reasons why we're having the show. You gotta go read up on that. You gotta go read up on money. It's gonna eat up that money. That money is gone over time. It's become worthless. So you gotta figure out how to take that money and have it gain more money. And some of the ways that people do that is get themselves into Bitcoin so that they can understand the value of money better. Some people get into the stock market, but as you educate and inform yourself more about that space, you also understand that that space is also manipulated. So, in summary, being an intelligent man in this economic space takes time. It requires consistency, being persistent through all the difficult times. Bitcoin might be pumping right now, but that is not the end. You have to stay informed. You have to participate in the space. You have to be persistent with growing your wealth. And yes, if you guys have any comments or if you have any other suggestions that I've not mentioned, gladly let me know. But today has been wonderful. I try to keep it short. We only have 20 minutes every Monday morning. Yeah, that's it. Brazen is out today. I'm sure I'll be back next week. But that's all I've got for you guys today. It's be out there, go get it. It's Monday morning. Never give up. Understand why the space is what it is today and why the current establishment is either trying to take over the space. We don't know that. We don't have the facts. Or are they trying to destroy the space? We've seen what the SEC has done recently. So, guys, stay informed. Do not allow yourself to be rug pulled with BlackRock and all these different agencies introducing ETFs into the space. And yeah, wishing you guys the best. Happy Monday. Stay championing, stay winning, and have a great one. All right. Champions, see you guys later. Thanks for joining us today.